Hello and welcome to Toffee TV. This is the Sunday supplement. Everton 1, Chelsea 0 from Goodison Park with 2,000 fans in attendance, which was great to see. Obviously, starting off things, obviously we'll kick off with the lineup, and with Jordan Pickford in goal, which you would expect. Then we had Ben Godfrey at left back with Michael Keane, Yerry Mina, and then Mason Holgate as the other full back. So we're going 4 centre backs basically in our defence. So obviously Carlo's thinking was they're going to just be defending. Then he went with 3 in midfield of Decore, Alan and Sigurdsson, which raised eyebrows, I know, not just Carlos. But then we had Iwobi, Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison up front, which I think was fair enough because Iwobi's been playing really well in recent weeks and seems to be doing really well on that that right hand side. I know he played that one game on the left, but he's done really well on the right. And Godfrey obviously did well last week, so it makes sense to put him there. And Mason Holgate, he basically played a full season for West Brom at right back, so he's not totally against playing it. So I think with that lineup, you could kind of tell that what Carlo was trying to do was obviously, defend and try and counter attack when we could, and that's exactly what we did. I mean, you look at the possession of the whole game with 28% and they had 72%. But in terms of the total shots, I mean, we had 9, they had 10, and then the shots on target, we had 4, they had 3. So, I think we just had a game plan and we stuck to it really, really well. I wasn't going into this game full of confidence. I was actually really worried that without Dean, Coleman, James, that we were going to struggle in this game, but ultimately our defence were absolutely brilliant, and the midfield as well. Our midfield's been so non-existent over the years, in recent years, that it was just great to see that the willingness to win tackles, the willingness to defend, which has been lacking a whole lot with our team. But Michael Keane, Yerry Mina, Godfrey and Holgate, I really thought they were really, really good. And against a really good Chelsea team of really good attackers as well, and wing backs, Reece James is brilliant, Ben Chilwell brilliant as well for them. But obviously with our goal, the long ball up from Pickford and Calvert-Lewin, who has gone up so many levels in the last 2 years, which is absolutely excellent to see, and you can see why he's the most informed Premier League player or striker at the moment, other than probably Harry Kane, or you'd probably say he's in more or in better form than him. So yeah, he manages to get a flick on to himself, then gets there before the keeper takes him out, we win a penalty, and Gylfi Sigurdsson steps up to take it, which again, I know I mentioned it to Gylfi earlier on, didn't fill me with confidence, but in fairness to him, the Iceman, he put it away coolly, and we're 1-0 up, and at that stage we're thinking, okay, I'll have this is good. So, but we're kind of a little bit back to the wall. Obviously Pickford makes a really good save from Reece James free kick, then again he has the other strike from the corner, which Pickford, from the replay, Pickford gets a hand on and actually puts it onto the post. But on another day that goes in. It was a really good strike, and it was just so quick that we got lucky with that chance. But I mean, you'll take the luck, because obviously later in the game we weren't that lucky in terms of the VAR. But that was ruled offside as well, rightly so. I'll come to that. But then Pickford again, good save from Zuma. I think it was for corner again. It was straight at him, but it's one of those that comes at you so quick that you don't even realise what you do. It was more of a reflex save, and he manages to hold on to it as well, which is really good. So yeah, I mean, Pickford had a really good game. In recent weeks he's, I suppose, gone back up a few levels. I think he's came in with a point to prove when he got dropped by Carlo. I think that was a good decision, because ultimately he's came back in and he's done reasonably well. You can't think of him having that many mistakes, and he's not been a talking point of every game, worrying will he throw one in, which he had been doing, I suppose, previously. But yeah, I just think with him now, I think hopefully he can just get past all the shit from before and move on, because obviously we wanted to move on and just start getting to the keeper that we know he can be, which he hasn't shown he can be in most recent years. He almost gave me a heart attack as well when the ball came in high for Giroud and he came out to punch it, and then the ball fell to Mason Mount, who just kind of hit it over the bar. And then we got a couple of chances then with Richarlison. He went down the left hand side, cut in, took a shot at Mendy. Probably could have given it to someone on the edge of the box, but I like that kind of greediness about him. That sometimes he wants to get himself on the score sheet, and you can see how unhappy he can be when he doesn't score. So I think I like the way he plays. My cousin is a big Evertonian. He tells me that he doesn't like his greediness, but I mean you have to want your strikers to be greedy. I know he's an inverted forward or whatever way you want to call it, but I like him being greedy. And look, he does set up chances for Calvert-Lewin quite a lot as well, so I think he was entitled to go for that. The keeper makes a decent enough save, standard save, and then we get another chance today. Iwobi obviously plays in Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who was marginally offside, but we didn't know at the time. He carries the ball into the box, gets fouled by Chilwell, but I think that goes to show the threat we have on the counter-attack with Iwobi, Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison. Now, Iwobi has been really good of late, and I would be the first person to criticise him when he's done badly, because a lot of the times he's just come on and he give the ball away. But he's been quite good and helping out defensively as well. So, when we needed to defend, he was helping out in that regard as well. And I like that about him, because we had other players like James who won't get back and defend. Although he makes up for it going forward, I will admit. So he kind of gets a bit of a pass because he's just so good on the ball and he makes things happen. But it won't be for me. He slips him in, we get the pen, then it's ruled off for VAR, which was unfortunate. Then kind of the last big moment of the match was obviously when Mount hits the post from free kick. But I do think Pickford had that covered. If it's going on target, I think Pickford has that covered. So I wasn't actually that worried about that when I was watching it. So I was happy. I was just happy we were sitting here with a win after the Burnley game last week was just a shit show, and I was thinking coming into these run of games that we're barely going to scrape any results. But we managed. Carlo got tactically spot on. He played players like Godfrey, who I do think once he's able to settle in I want him obviously to play in the centre back role because he's a defender first and foremost. But it's good that we have the option of him playing either left back, right back, defensive midfielder, and obviously centre back, because I do think he has a big future. I think Mason Holger obviously has a big future as well. I think that was the first good game he's had since he came back from that injury at the start of the season. So it's good to see all these things kind of align. And now we're going into the next couple of games. We'll probably have Seamus back. I'm not sure when James is back, or Luca Dean. I think they're out for a bit while longer. But having Seamus back, I think will give us a bit more of a natural balance. I would keep Godfrey at left back for the time being, just because if you have Seamus and maybe Iwobi on one wing, because you haven't really seen them together. It'd be interesting to see if they complement each other as much as I suppose James and Coleman do, because if that's the case, then we'll have to use that as our outlet going forward, because obviously Godfrey's not that good going forward with the ball, but really good defensively. So yeah, I think we've a good bit of positivity coming into it now, and I think if we can keep getting a good string of results. I mean, you look at the results today. They drew with Fulham, and then Spurs obviously drawn as well with Crystal Palace. So I do think results have gone our way this weekend, and I think we're 3 points off third at the moment, and it might be 5 points off top. So it's not doom and gloom. So I think if we can manage to start just getting some more results, grind them out, go into January, try and get a couple more signings to add to what we have, and especially attacking options, and I do think that we may finish the season strong enough. And it's mad because this season is so crazy that one week you're thinking we're going to finish mid-table, then the next year looking going, oh, we're 3 points away from third. You have teams like Southampton and that ahead of us who are doing really, really well, so fair play to them. But we need to get up our levels and start performing. I know and appreciate we're without players at the moment, and we're still grinding out results. So yeah, well, I'm going to be positive with the fact that we're grinding out the results and we got to win. So yeah, let us know your thoughts on the game, and do you think we need to buy in January, obviously, to keep momentum and obviously elevate us up the table? Can Carlo do it? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll speak to you all soon. Have a lovely weekend.